Imagine a world where half your favorite foods vanish overnight. That's the silent crisis we'd face without a tiny worker responsible for billions in our global economy. Beyond the sweet taste of honey, there's an invisible force tirelessly supporting our food supply and, by extension, our economies. We're talking about bees and the critical service they provide: pollination. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal the astounding, often unseen economic value of commercial beekeeping, a value that touches everyone, from the farmer to the policymaker to the everyday shopper. Get ready to understand why these tiny insects are economic giants and why ignoring their plight could cost us dearly. For centuries, beekeepers have tended to their hives, primarily for honey and wax. But over time, their role evolved dramatically. As modern agriculture grew, relying heavily on monocultures, vast fields of single crops, the natural balance of pollinators began to struggle. That's where the commercial beekeeper steps in, becoming an essential partner to farmers. They literally move millions of bee colonies across the country, timing their arrival perfectly with the blooming of crops like almonds, apples, and blueberries. Without this mobile workforce, many of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts we take for granted simply wouldn't exist on the scale they do today. Think about the almond industry in California. It's a massive operation producing about 80% of the world's almonds. Every spring, roughly 2/3 of all managed honeybee colonies in the United States are trucked to California's almond groves. This isn't just a nicety, it's an absolute necessity. A single almond tree requires cross-pollination to produce nuts. Without bees, those trees would bear little to no fruit. The economic output of California's almond industry is in the tens of billions of dollars annually. Imagine the ripple effect if that value disappeared. The economic term for what bees provide is an ecosystem service. While some services, like clean water, are harder to put a price on, pollination is unique because we can directly link it to agricultural output. Economists quantify this indirect value in several ways. One common method is the dependency approach, which estimates the percentage of a crop's yield that relies on animal pollination, primarily by bees. For example, a crop like blueberries might be 90% dependent on bees, while corn is barely dependent at all because it's wind-pollinated. Multiplying the value of the crop by its dependency percentage gives us a baseline figure for the value of pollination. Another way is the replacement cost approach. This asks, if we didn't have bees, what would it cost to pollinate these crops using artificial means, like hand pollination? The answer, for many large-scale operations, is simply that it would be economically impossible or prohibitively expensive, leading to catastrophic crop losses. Globally, the economic value of insect pollination is estimated to be in the hundreds of billions of dollars each year. For instance, a major study published in the journal Nature in 2008 estimated the global economic value of insect pollination at around $153 billion, or approximately $200 billion USD at the time, for the year 2005. That figure has only grown since then. It's not just the direct increase in crop yield, but also the improved quality of produce, better shape, size, and nutritional content that bees contribute. These factors translate directly to higher market prices and greater profitability for farmers. However, commercial beekeeping isn't without its challenges. Colony collapse disorder, pesticide use, habitat loss, and climate change all threaten bee populations. Beekeepers face rising costs, from fuel for transporting hives to treatments for diseases and parasites. These pressures make it harder to provide the essential pollination services our food system relies on. If the cost of keeping bees rises too high, or if bee populations continue to decline, the ripple effect will be felt in higher food prices, reduced availability of certain foods, and significant economic disruption for agricultural communities. Policies supporting sustainable beekeeping practices, investing in pollinator research, and promoting responsible land management aren't just environmental initiatives. They are crucial economic safeguards. The takeaway here is profound. Commercial beekeeping isn't just about honey. It's a foundational pillar of our agricultural economy, silently underpinning the abundance and variety of food we enjoy every day. The indirect value of their pollination services far outweighs the direct value of honey production, making them indispensable. The next time you enjoy an apple, some almonds, or even a cup of coffee, remember the tiny buzzing economic engine that made it possible.
I think this video has been informative for you. Please share it with your friends and like it. For more such information, please subscribe to this channel.